Crowley said, "We are free to the point of choice, and thereafter we are ruled by our choices." Welcome to the Psychologist NDTV with me, Dr. Blessing Ntamu. It's a pleasure to be here with you to share some psychological facts with you. If this is your first time on the Psychologist NDTV, kindly click on the subscribe button and hop on with us on this learning train. Today, I'm going to be talking about the neuroscience of addiction, otherwise titled, "Why You Should Not Experiment with Psychoactive Substances," or why you should not experiment with drugs. When I talk about drugs in this video, I'm actually talking about psychoactive drugs. And psychoactive drugs are chemical preparations, the chemical substances that when ingested into our bodies, alter the physiology of our brains. So they alter the state of our nervous system. Psychoactive drugs are drugs that when taken into our system, or chemical preparations, chemical substances that when taken into our system, alter the state of the nervous system. I'm talking about substances like cocaine, like marijuana, like nicotine, like alcohol, like heroin, like opioids, like amphetamines, like tramadol. All of these substances, when ingested into our system, they alter the physiology of the nervous system. How do they do this? Most of them do this actually by mimicking the natural neurotransmitters that our bodies produce. In this video, we're going to talk about two major things. The first thing is explaining two terms, addiction and dependence, drug dependence or substance dependence, in very simple terms. Thereafter, I'm going to try to explain to you the neuroscience of addiction, how these drugs that we take into our system affect our nervous system, how they alter our brain physiology, and how addiction comes about. So let's get on. Now, the first thing is, what is addiction? Now, addiction is a state in which an individual continues to seek and consume a psychoactive substance in spite of being aware of the negative consequences of this substance use on the system, and in spite of wanting to stop the consumption of this psychoactive substance. So a state in which you actively seek and consume a drug or a psychoactive substance in spite of being aware of the negative consequences and in spite of wanting to stop. So at this point, you're hooked, you're helpless. It's an impulsive behavior. As a matter of fact, addiction is an obsessive compulsive disorder. You're helpless. You obsessively and compulsively engage in this drug-seeking and drug-consuming behavior, even when you know how bad this drug is for your system, even when you want to stop. That is addiction.